Hey, you, me, us. I really need to find an opening for this because, yeah, this is weird. How about howdy from the pasty? No, okay, definitely not that. But yeah, I would need to find like an opening. So every time I know like how to begin and it's consistent. But anyway, that is beside the point. Wanted to make a video because I've been kind of working on and off on business for the last month and a half, and I never really took the time to sit down and really explain what it is exactly that I'm doing. Part of it is because I kind of like failed halfway through, and by fail, I mean like I kind of like got busy with travel and all the things that I've been doing and just kind of slacked off and didn't take the time to do what I needed to do to set everything up. And starting today, I'm getting back to it and pretty much finishing the 30-day challenge, or the last 2 weeks of the 30-day challenge that I was doing within a week to finish all that up. And at the same time, figuring out exactly what my next move is. I'm very clear, very close to knowing exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm not quite there yet, which is why I have a call with Aaron this morning. I have a call with Jessica tomorrow, and another one that I'm trying to plan with Bobby in the next few days. By the way, in case I haven't really mentioned them by name before, those are the three people in my former business mastermind. At this point, we consider ourselves soul family, so it's like they're my brothers and sisters, basically. Anyway, all that to say that I've been. All right, let me go back to the very beginning. In 2008, so 14 years ago, when I first got interested in online businesses, entrepreneurship, things like that, the thing that people were saying was the most important is the email list. They're like, email list is king. It's going to be king forever, or at least for a very long time. And that is the best way to generate money because on average, when you have a good email list, you can make $1 per customer per month. So if you have 100 customers, you make $100 per month. You have 1,000, you make 1,000 per month. You have 10,000, you make 10,000 per month on average. And that's logical, but I'm like, no, you know what? It's not for me. I don't want to like be locked in and have to send emails all the time. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the theme is going to be. And if ever I decide to change my business, then all that list that I worked so hard to build is going to be useless because the theme is going to be different, the niche. And I just, over the years, I tried so many different things, all of which either didn't work, weren't quite right for me, I didn't put the effort in, whatever reason. Now, 14 years later, I'm realizing, you know what? They were right. Email list is king. It's the simplest, easiest, most effective way to make money online. So, fine. After 14 years, I'm finally going back to the starting line and doing what I should have done 14 years ago. Now, I can't help but imagine like how big my email list would have been by now and how much money I would be making by now if I started 14 years ago. But that's beside the point. This was the journey I was meant to go on, even if it wasn't necessarily the best, most productive one. Anyway, right now, all right, given everything I've learned in the last 14 years, I'm way better equipped to run a newsletter than I was back then. And I've run a few different ones for my different pen names and slightly like very small ones for businesses that I was setting up in the past. So I know how it works. But I also know myself and I know that I tend to overcomplicate things. So for this, I'm like, okay, I need to go to the absolute basics. And this all started, I don't know, a month and a half ago, something like that, when I came across an offer online on Facebook, an ad. And the guy's like, hey, I built this $79 million business. Well, now it's like 100,000, but anyway, 100 million, sorry. But anyway, he set this business. He's like, I'm going to help you basically set up a copy of this business to help you launch everything. So I wasn't quite sure what it was in the beginning. I'm like, it's a $7 offer, whatever. So I kind of bought in, and then as I worked my way through the program, there was like different upsells and stuff like that. And even though I didn't have the budget for it, the way it was structured was just so smart and logical that I found myself constantly wanting to upgrade. And I'm like, you know what? In the past, the thing that held me back is going through programs like that half-assed and just waiting for that moment where I'm like, oh, well, it doesn't work, so I'm going to ask for my money back. This time I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go all in. And I just upgraded to different things. So overall, in the different things, I ended up spending like $5,000 for like all the different upsells, the different programs that I need to run the business. And so far, about $1,000 worth of traffic that I sent to the offer. And like most things online, it didn't work. Not because the program is bad. A program is very well structured, and with time, it's definitely going to work. I'm definitely going to use it in the future, so it's not like I wasted that $5,000. In fact, I didn't waste it because I have about 350 people on my list. Not really that much given how much money I spent, but I now have access to all these different programs and products that I can promote to my list. So now the new strategy is this. My number one focus is building the email list as quickly, effectively, and painlessly as possible, because in the past, I like to make things complicated because I'm like, I want this business to reflect who I am. I want it to be original. I want it to be creative. I want to help people. I want to entertain people and all this crap that is completely, totally, absolutely useless. So my new strategy, which should have been my strategy since the very beginning, is don't overcomplicate things. Keep things as simple as possible. And the thing is, when it comes to online business, the absolute best, easiest way to make money online is to show other people how to make money online. And I always found that so hypocritical. So I'm like, you wouldn't have a business without teaching other people how to build the exact same business as you are. So it's kind of like similar, in my opinion, to like multi-level marketing, where it's like, oh, you don't really make money from selling the products, you make money from recruiting other people to sell the products. And that just never really appealed to me. No, actually, that's not true. It did appeal to me in the past. I tried pretty much everything I could ever think of to make money online, only to get back to this point of realizing, all right, number one, the email list is super important. Number two, the easiest, most effective way to make money online is to teach other people how to make money online. Now, because I haven't been successful online yet, and because I don't really want to go through the trouble of creating all those courses, all that content, the sales pages, the funnels, and the upsells and everything, it's like, I tried a bit, it's not really for me. So let's just take this simple. One, build the email list. And what kind of email list do I want to build? Well, like I just said, the best way to make money online is to teach other people how to make money online. I don't want to build the products myself. So I'm just going to promote other people's products and get paid for it. Basically, affiliate marketing. So that is now the strategy. Build a list as quickly, as effectively as possible, targeted towards people who want to make money online. So the question is, how do I make money online? That's what the customers are going to ask. My answer is, sign up to my newsletter every single day. I'm going to send a money-making opportunity to your inbox. Because okay, there's an alarm in the background. Okay, no, yes. Really? Why is it that every single time I make a video, there's like sounds in the background that I can't control? It seemed to have stopped, but no, of course it hasn't. It's like 8.5 minutes in. I don't want to restart this video. So I'll just keep talking, and my friend who also has a YouTube channel is probably going to be like, hey, you need to edit this and stop talking when there's loud noises in the background. I'll be like, yeah, whatever, I hate editing, it's not important. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, question is, how do I make money online? The answer is, sign up to my newsletter. I'm going to send a money-making opportunity to your inbox every single day. That is the basic concept. And I say basic just because I want to keep it super simple. So instead of like creating a theme, I thought of so many different themes of like, oh, let's make this entertaining for people. So it's like, I'm going to find products online and review like, here are all the reasons why this is dumb, why you shouldn't do it. And then at the end it's like, but for some reason, it's working. People are making money with this. So here's the link. If you're interested, go check it out. So it would eliminate all the objections because I'm already telling them all the bad stuff about this. And at the same time, it's original and entertaining because I'm doing it in a funny, humorous way. But that kind of locks me in because I always have to follow that theme, or if I don't, then I still need to keep it entertaining. And it's also a lot of work because I have to go out and find these offers, find all the reasons why they shouldn't buy, yet it still works. And like, no, 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 I can't do this. Go back to the basics. Like 5, 6 times throughout this entire process, I had to stop myself and remind myself, go back to the basics, keep it simple. Basics is build an email list with a very focused, proven niche that works. So teach people to make money online. Keep the emails very short, precise, impersonal in the sense that it doesn't have to be unique or creative or represent who I am. Have the affiliate link and promote that. That's it. So it's like step 1, build the email list. Step 2, promote things. Step 3, get paid. That is how simple and basic I want to keep it. However, I also know that I'm definitely not an expert at gaining customers. Otherwise, I would have made a bunch of money online by now. Second of all, I have no interest in becoming an expert. So, the point that I'm at, I'm like, okay, I'm very clear on the type of list I want to build, the type of people who would be interested in that list, and the type of products I want to promote. All that's missing is how to find those people. Now, there's different strategies. I could go the trial and error route, slowly build things up, slowly invest in the business. But I know myself, and I'm not the slow and steady kind of guy. I've tried that in the past and failed multiple times at multiple different things. I'm the type of person who likes a challenge, who likes to start training for a couple months, then go run an ultra marathon, then pretty much never run again. And I want to do this for business. So I realized, all right, I need to make a lot of money as quickly as possible, inject that in the business, hire someone who's an expert at going out and building email lists for people, and grow the email list very quickly and get to the point where the business pretty much runs itself or requires very little work. And I start generating income so that I can then go out and continue traveling and do whatever I want to do. So basically, I'm willing to put a pause on traveling for up to a year if I have to, make as much money as I can within that time, invest all of that into the business, grow quickly, and then get on with my life. So I've been thinking a few different things. Like, I know if you go work in northern Canada, you can make way more than you would in the rest of Canada, just because it's cold up there, it's dark, not many people want to work there, so they pay way better than they do. So I'm thinking, all right, if I can get a job that pays, let's say, $100,000, work for a year, let's say at the end of the year, like minus taxes and living expenses and everything, let's say there's like $50,000 left that I was able to invest into the business over the course of that year. My goal by the end of the year is to have a list big enough for me to be able to make enough every single month so I can cover all my expenses. If I want to travel, I can travel. If I want to, whatever I want to do, I can do it. So if, let's say, like I grow my list by 1,000 people a month, by the end of the year, I would have, let's say, technically 12,000 people. If on average I make $1 per subscriber per month, that's $12,000 per month, which is way more than enough to pretty much do whatever I want to do. Now I'm realistic. I'm probably not going to get to that point that quickly, but that's the mindset I'm in. I'm very clear on what I want to do, how I want to do it, and I'm completely committed. Like, hey, I'm willing to, by the end of the week, put a complete end to my travels, go get a job, even if it's like insane hours, super hard, it sucks, people, I don't care. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make a bunch of money very quickly and set up the business. That's what I want to do right now. So I'm very clear on what I want to do, how I want to do it. I'm just missing, all right, do I need to get a job? Yes, no. If so, how do I get it? Where do I get it? How much is it going to pay? Is it going to be enough? If not, it's like, hey, are there other ways to quickly make money without having to go get a job? Because that would be ideal, of course. And then other questions of like, very hypothetical questions of like, is it possible to, one, either build an email list for free, so not have to pay to get the customers, but just get them for free? Or number 2, is it possible to get paid to do that? Kind of like my friend Aaron, with who I'm having a chat in probably less than 30 minutes. I don't know what time it is. But his whole thing is community. He's like, I want to help people build their communities. And the other day, we were brainstorming and thinking, we came up with an amazing offer for him, which would be, I'm going to help you build your audience for free. So the strategy would be like, he comes in, does his thing, builds the audience, And for the period during which he's building the audience, all the new clients he bring in, all the profit from those clients gets to him and gets paid. So if he brings in like 1,000 clients and on average they're worth like $100 each, technically the company for whom he's building that business would have made $100,000. But the deal is, because they're his customers that he brought in, and since he's still building the business of the audience for them, he gets paid that $100,000. And the second he stops building the audience, the second he's no longer employed by that person, then they keep the customers, they keep all the profit and everything. So basically, the audience that he's building is paying for itself. So the person that's hiring him doesn't even have to pay him. He gets paid really well once he knows exactly what he's doing. He do it very quickly and effectively. So everybody wins. But in order to get to that point, he needs to build up those skills to be able to know, okay, I can build an audience very quickly, get paid very quickly and very handsomely, and the person for whom I'm doing is happy because they don't have to pay. In order to do that, he needs to build up those skills. And he found a person who hired him to build an audience, plus he makes commission on every single person that he brings in. So he's literally getting paid to build the skills necessary to have that amazing, valuable offer that he can then go out and make a ton of money with. And I'm like, okay, is there a way for me to do the same thing for the business that I'm setting up? Because already, like, the strategy is get an email list, promote affiliate offers to them so you don't have to do any of the work, and then you get paid on the back end. So it's like, yes, in the long run, I'm getting paid, or hopefully getting paid, to build the email list. But in the short run, I still have to go out and pay to get those customers to sign up to my list. So I'm wondering, is there a way to get paid twice? So on the front end, can I get paid to build that email list? Is there a way, a strategy to do that? And then on the back end, once I have that email list and I promote offers to them, I get paid. So it's like I get paid twice. That would, of course, be the best case scenario. Now I have no idea if we're going to be able to come up with a strategy to make that happen. But I'm sure as hell going to try. And if not, I'm willing to just put an end to everything for now, go get a job that pays very well, or as well as I can, put all the money aside, invest that in the business so that by the time that I'm done, everything's set up and I can literally pretty much do whatever I want, whenever I want, and not have to worry about money. Like, that's the point where I'm at. So I've stopped limiting myself because in the past it always had, like I mentioned before, it always had to be original, it had to represent who I am, it had to be my brand, my image, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm just like, no, let's keep things super simple, like dumb simple, and just set it up. Like, do it quickly, do it effectively, and do it simply. So that's pretty much the business that I'm setting up. All right, now it's finally done. Now you know what to do, or maybe in 3 months I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. I don't know. But at the moment, this is what feels 100% right. Once again, like the opening, I don't know how to conclude this video. Because when I had the old format, I knew how to start, I knew how to end. Now I'm just like, I guess start talking in the beginning, and at the end, I guess stop talking. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'll just stop talking.